we have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
The mark of the beast. It probably didn't make much sense 1900 years ago when it was described in the book of Revelation, but could its fulfillment be just around the corner? Chapter 13 of Revelation says, "He also forced everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on his right hand or on his forehead, so that no one could buy or sell unless he had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of his name." This mark would be a form of currency to enable buying and selling, and it appears to be universal, which would imply a common currency. While conventional notes and coins are giving way to electronic cash, Europe has embarked on its unified currency, and many governments plan to extend this to a global trading currency. Phrases such as New World Order, cashless society, and single currency market are everyday language. So how could the beast's marking system be brought about? Financial institutions are always looking for new ways to speed up the system and make it more secure. We have the time-consuming and easily forged check, as well as credit and debit cards. As society becomes more reliant on electronic cash transactions, so the problems with security increase. The next stage forward has seen the advent of the smart card.
A smart card is the same look and feel of a normal bank card. The difference is that instead of having a magnetic stripe to hold information, you have a microchip embedded inside the card. That gives you two things. One, it gives you extra data you can hold on the card about the card holder, and secondly, it has intelligence. It's a little like a small personal computer, and that means if you're talking between a card and a reader at an ATM, for example, it gives you more potential for security, i.e. is the card genuine, is the card holder genuine, is the transaction genuine, and that can't be done on a magnetic stripe-based card.
Whilst there are many advantages in electronic technology to both public and commercial sectors, the smart card system is quite unique in its global capabilities.
Mondex is unique in that it's a global electronic cash system. On the card you can hold up to 5 different currencies. So if, for example, you're in the UK and you're going to France and to America, in the convenience of your own home, you can put dollars onto your card, French francs and sterling. So when you travel around the world, you can pay in these different currencies.
But does the system rely only on the card? After all, that could still be lost or damaged. Would it be possible to implant this microprocessor into the human body, much the same way as the tracking device used in animals?
Smart capability is in the chip, not so much in the card. And it could be in any carrying device. For example, a passport, a driving license. It could be embedded inside a book, for example. There's no limit to where you can embed the technology. But as consumer microelectronics expands, you're finding that chips are now becoming smaller and more powerful all the time. So they can embed them in smaller and smaller areas. So certainly it's possible in the future.
Prophecy researchers such as international speaker and author Barry Smith believe that there is no doubt that the mark of the beast system is upon us.
They want to go beyond the card. I have here a Medicare card or Medicard from America. There you have the silicon chip in the corner. And then also I have an InfoPet microchip here that they're using in animals. That's the microchip. This one is called the Identi chip. And in order to put that into the animal, they put the chip inside the gun, fire it into the animal's neck. And during a trip to South Africa a little while ago, they are advertising in the newspaper now that they intend to do a similar thing to human beings. There it is. The mark of the beast, as spoken of in the book of Revelation. There's a man with the silicon chips built into his chest, and it's saying, "Power under your skin." And when you turn the page in the newspaper, you see the same thing here. Why use cards when an implant will do the trick? This is public knowledge now. They're going to go from the card to put the marks onto people's bodies.
The Bible also indicates that the mark will serve as an identification mark, showing that the recipient belongs to a new world order. Mr. Smith explained the meaning of this for a national TV debate on the subject of ID cards.
All this talk of identity cards worldwide has to do with George Bush's New World Order. It's the third lot of 6 digits in the chain. Some years ago in 1979 I wrote a book called Warning, and in there I mentioned that a man called Dr. Elderman of the European Community said that they would give everybody 3 lots of 6 digits to use for buying and selling in these days. Now I notice that already we have the birth date. You can bring that down to 6 digits. Under the form year, month, day, 2 digits for each. Then they have divided the world into mesh blocks, which is called location. 2 digits for the first big block, 2 digits for the middle-sized block, and 2 digits for the smallest block. That gives 6 digits there again. And all they want now is an ID card which will complete the system, ready to identify every individual on Earth.
With the controversy surrounding the government's desire to issue ID numbers, the smart card looks set to hold more than just a bank balance.
There's enough information to hold, for example, your national insurance number, any kind of details about you that are emergency information, and smart cards could certainly be used as a national identity card if it was introduced.
And he causes all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And verse 18 in Revelation 13 tells us the number is 666. 6 digits for the birthday, 6 for the mesh block location, 6 for the ID. Here it is, right upon us now.
Despite the obvious benefits of better security, the sinister reality behind it could sound like a science fiction drama, shades of George Orwell's 1984. Rising crime and a social climate of fear has led to a public welcome for remote-controlled, closed-circuit television cameras, such as these being used to monitor inner cities, major road junctions, housing estates and shopping malls. Mechanical policemen keep an electronic eye on traffic violators, whether in town or out in the country. The military no longer have the monopoly on satellite technology with its global communication and surveillance. Even livestock can be tracked. Fishing boats and their catch are monitored, giving rise to bitter disputes, and even freshwater fish have been given a microchip implant, enabling police to trace a poacher to his home. Tracking systems are also being used to reduce vehicle theft, as car and alarm manufacturers experiment with these devices. And even criminals are monitored with a transmitter attached to the ankle. The world has become a global village, a world of fiber optics and silicone chips. Movement can be tracked, finances can be controlled centrally, food production can be genetically engineered, as can human beings. We communicate on the information superhighway, whilst global annihilation is a touch button away. In short, it is a very different world to even 30 years ago. It's a new world, with its own rules and rulers. To coin a phrase spoken by former US President George Bush, welcome to the New World Order.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a new world order, a new world order. When we are successful, and we will be.